Good day. Today we will be covering the basics, or what I like to call the need to know stuff. This is stuff that you need to know when you first start, before you start even doing exercises and stuff and performing readings, to help opening up that right side of the brain. The first, everything I learned is in here, is in my psychic workbook. I am going to be teaching you from my psychic workbook. So everything that's basically in here, you will learn. So let's begin. Developing, today's all about how to develop, okay? Developing the right brain energy is the first page I have here of notes. First point, the right brain energy gives us information about the spirit world. That's true. The right brain does give us information about the spirit world, but you have to open that right side of the brain back up to tap into that energy in order to get that information. 2, you shouldn't eat red meats more than one time a week. You really need to be eating fish and chicken when you do red meats. Red meats are not very good. Point 3, you need to eat lots of green leafy vegetables, fruits, fish, and chicken. Again, the healthier the diet, the easier it's going to be for you to open that right side of the brain. 3, you need to limit fats, sugars, caffeine, and alcohol, especially those who are alcoholics. This can be really hard because you're used to drinking a lot. The 5th point is you need to drink 8 glasses of water daily. And that's pretty self-explanatory. Point 6, you need to get plenty of exercise. Again, that's also self-explanatory. Point 7, it just says yang foods are fruits, vegetables, and hot spices. I thought, when I wrote this, I thought that was important to put in there. Point 8, you don't rush opening up the right side of the brain, because that can really cause damage sometimes if you rush it. So you don't want to rush it altogether. Point 9, you need to trust all dreams and hunches when they occur. That's because it's probably your intuition trying to tell you something. So you need to listen to those dreams and hunches, because your intuition might actually be acting up to tell you something. And the very last point, you just need to go with the flow. So if you plan, let's give a scenario here. Say you plan to go to the bookstore, and your mom needs to borrow the car to go to Walmart, and the bookstore you're going to is not in the city, is not in the same city or town that the bookstore, that Walmart is in. So basically, you just say, okay, Mom, you can borrow the car, but I would like to at least tomorrow be able to go to my bookstore. Just go with the flow, okay? And that is the end of that first page. The next thing I have here is how to develop your psychic ability. I have 1, 2, 3, right now. I have 2 more pages of things. Anyway, how to develop your psychic ability. This is a new page. Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to commit. You need to make a commitment to yourself. And under the commitment category, you need to maintain an open mind, read as much as possible. That's important. And you don't need to accept any information blindly. Second thing you need to do is you need to find the right teacher, class, or course for you. Again, for me, it's just easier with me living in a small town to find a bunch of videos, articles, and websites where I can get all the information I need. And underneath that category, you need to find the right teacher, class, or course for you. You need to ask questions, follow your intuition, use common sense, and try an experimental course. The do's, you do need to allow, you do need to be patient, and you do need to practice. As with any skill, practice makes perfect. You don't need to get discouraged if something doesn't happen right away. You probably won't be seeing improvement you probably won't even be able to experience anything until about maybe a week or two of doing that exercise. Then you may be getting results. You don't need to make it overly complex, because then you'll get confused and you'll just not want to do it anymore. And you don't want to panic. Okay, so say like you do something wrong in an exercise, or you're learning a new form of divination and you do something wrong, don't panic. Just, if it deals with the candle, blow the candle out, walk out of the door, take a deep breath, come back in, and try it again. Again, practice makes perfect. A caution, no psychic is 100% accurate all the time. You may have 2 or 3 days where you're 100% accurate, and then you may not be 100% accurate for the next couple of days. Now we're going on to how to develop your psychic abilities to improve your life. Point 1, everyone is psychic. Okay, everybody is. It's sort of like our God-given talent. God gave everybody psychic ability. Some are born with it, some just have to work harder to become psychic. Point number 2, you need to have a positive attitude, because if you have a negative attitude, you're not going to get anywhere. Point 3, you need to have the ability to relax, imagine, and trust. Okay? You definitely need to have those abilities. And point 4, you need to practice. And now a positive attitude. Point 1 is you need to read uplifting or positive materials. And you definitely need to use affirmations. Affirmations like, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to do the best that I can, and I'm not going to let anybody hurt my feelings or put me down, because I am living my life the way I want it to be. Something like that. The ability to relax. The only point there is the deeper the relaxation, the more benefits, out of the exercises you're going to get. The ability to imagine. First point, you need to create fanciful daydreams. Second point, you need to pretend you are a child again. Okay? The ability to trust. First point, you need to give the credit where it belongs. Okay? If someone says you're a real good medium or a real good psychic, you need to say, God is the one who is giving me this information, so that all the credit goes to God, not me. God and His angels in heaven or on this other side of spirit world, however you perceive it, not me. I'm just the one. I'm just the messenger. And you do need to pray, preferably like a prayer of protection or something like that. Something small, nothing too complicated. Then we have a point that says be creative. Definitely need to be creative. And the last point on that page is believe in yourself. So I hope you learned something from this lesson. Feel free to take any notes. Pause the video, write it down, play it, whatever. Feel free to take any notes. Put these videos up on any websites. I don't care. Just as long as you yourself are taking something away from some piece of knowledge away from this particular lesson. This concludes Lesson 1 the basics of psychic development. Until next time.